Preface. A Mother's Gift. The day I started writing this book, I didn't start with any typing. Instead, I spent the better part of the daylight hours rummaging through my war stuff, an assortment of souvenirs, clothing, and travel items tucked away in plastic boxes, tattered envelopes, and dusty Ziploc bags crumpled into a fabric-like softness. My fascination with the things one gathers on such journeys began in 2002, on my first of several trips to embed with and write about U.S. troops in the Middle East. But on this day, I was after only one small item. In one of the larger boxes, the clothes I wore to Iraq so many times, though laundered and neatly folded, seemed tired, flaccid and unfresh. My bright green shower shoes, a pair of flip-flops I bought in Kuwait City's old souk for about $1, stood out among all the earth-toned garments. I closed that box. What I was looking for wasn't in there. Inside the second box, my eyes darted around from small bag to small pouch to smaller box before I reached in and started to open them. I felt as if I were getting warmer. My hands sifted through a jumble of flashlights with weakening beams, pens bundled together with crumbling rubber bands, black nylon straps, colorful bungee cords, and clotting bandages sealed in olive drab foil packages. There were earplugs, knives, lighters, shoelaces, toothbrushes, anti-diarrhea tablets, lozenges, hair ties, and ballistic eyeglasses. I found unit patches from friendly soldiers and enameled achievement coins from their commanders. There were stale Iraqi cigarettes, old Iraqi money, cardboard PX coins, and odds and ends like Arabic political posters, voting ballots, and a puffy little nylon armband some Iraqi official had worn at a polling place in Bakuba. Even my favorite souvenir surfaced. A small, homemade slingshot I found in El Kut in March 2003. It's a Y-shaped piece of a tree branch wrapped in black rubber, perhaps from a bicycle or one of those skinny donkey cart tires. A little square of worn brown leather to launch a projectile is strung into the sling piece. I spotted the crude weapon sticking out of the dirt in a vast field littered with rusting anti-aircraft artillery. I picked it up and put it in my pocket. I've always wondered about the little David who might have tried to take down his own Goliath, an American helicopter, in the early part of the war. Looking back through my treasures was fun, but the morning quickly slipped into afternoon, and with my laptop beckoning, all this rummaging to put my hands on one item felt more like procrastination. But I had to find it. I had to find it because it was going to connect me to the one sniper story I knew, the one in which an American soldier, who was standing by my side in Ramadi on March 20th, 2005, was mortally wounded by an enemy sniper's bullet. The soldier's name was Specialist Francisco Martinez. His family called him Paquito. He had a mouthful of brilliant white teeth, a generous smile framed by deep dimples, and a head of short, jet-black hair. His skin was the rich color of cinnamon, like so many Iraqis, and his gregariousness drew the attention of their children. His gloves, a black one on his left hand and a white one on his right, were cut to expose his fingertips, and he wore his confidence like an aura. He quickly came to my side when his commander, Captain Kevin Capozzoli, told him to keep an eye on me, the visitor. At the time, kidnappings of Westerners in Iraq were rampant and usually ended grimly. Most commanders were happy to get media embeds, but none of them wanted a journalist to disappear on their watch. So Paquito, who had turned 20 only 3 months earlier, stayed close by, and when he died, we had known each other for 4 days. He became one of many soldiers felled by snipers during their deployments in this volatile area west of Baghdad.